Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I have some new Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs that will help decorate your space easily and on a budget for the holidays this year. If you're new here and you like home decor and DIYs on a budget, stick around by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. All right, let's get started. This first DIY is my take on the Viral Bow Garland that you can find at Michael's, which you actually can't find at Michael's because it's all sold out. So I'm gonna make it myself with these velvet bows from Dollar Tree. I have 8 of them and I'm going to hook them together with some old-fashioned needle and thread. I just threaded my needle with some red thread and I'm just gonna take the 2 top bows that are closest together and I'm just going to stitch a couple little stitches in there and then tie it off, and then that way it's going to be secure. I've seen people do this trend with just hot glue, and you can hot glue the ends of the bows together, which I think would work also, but I think the thread just makes it look a little bit nicer, so that way you don't have hot glue everywhere. And it holds together really well, and you could stitch it at the top of that bow as well, and that would also work to hold them together. After I got the first 2 bows together, I just went ahead and started adding the rest of the bows. You could do this as long as you wanted or as short as you wanted. It's up to you. It was really easy to stitch the bows together and it didn't take long at all. And if you don't like the red color, Dollar Tree does have the silver bows. They have like a maroon color of these bows and also a champagne color of these bows. So you could mix and match, or you could do one of the other colors. I love how this turned out. I put it on my mantle. I just used some thumbtacks because I have a wooden mantle, but you could hang a little hanger on there and hang them from the command strip. It's really lightweight, and again, it just looks really pretty and elegant. This next DIY is also super easy. I do this almost every holiday and every year with Dollar Tree fabric. They always have new fabric that they come out with for different seasons. So I found this reindeer and Christmas tree looking fabric. So I just went ahead and grabbed 2 pieces of that, and then I placed them so that the right side was both facing inward, and then I'm just taking my hot glue gun and going around the seams to glue all of the seams down on all 4 sides, but leaving just a little bit of an opening so that way I can stuff this, because if you haven't guessed yet, I'm gonna be making a pillow out of it. And just getting 2 pieces of fabric and putting them together like this is gonna make a bigger pillow. So that is what I'm doing with this piece of fabric. And I just used old stuffing from an old pillow, and I'm just reusing that to stuff this pillow. Again, I'm just using hot glue to finish off closing up the top here. I just folded over the edges and just added a little bit of hot glue at a time to close everything up. Now with this second piece of fabric, I picked a coordinating fabric and I just used 1 piece for this, and I'm just folding it over so that the right sides are facing together, and then again, just hot gluing the seams. I just have 1 less seam to hot glue since we are just folding over that fabric. Then I'm just stuffing everything and again closing up the holes with hot glue. You could definitely sew these if you have a sewing machine or if you like to hand sew, but I do not, so hot glue worked in a pinch. I love how these turned out. This is a perfect way to change out your holiday decor without spending a ton of money. I only spent $3.75 on both of these pillowcases and I absolutely love how they turned out. For this next DIY, I was looking on Pottery Barn's website and I found this Terracotta Snowman, and I think he's really cute, but not for $149. I just don't have that to spend right now. So I'm going to make my own with this 24-inch stackable snowman from Dollar Tree. Now I just need to make a few little edits to my snowman to make it look more like the Pottery Barn one. So I need to cut this little lip off of the biggest piece of the snowman. So I just cut a notch out of that lip, and then I was able to glide my X-Acto knife around to take that lip off. Just make sure when you're doing this to move the X-Acto knife away from yourself so you don't cut yourself. Now I want to fit that second piece into the biggest piece. So, and I need that to stay in place and level with the top of that big piece. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just holding it into place and getting it kind of where I want it to be. And then I'm just taking my hot glue and I'm hot gluing that round there so that way it stays in place. And I'm just holding it while I'm hot gluing it, so the hot glue has time to dry and everything holds really well. So that way I just need everything to be level, and the hot glue works perfectly for this. It stays and it also covers some of the gaps that it has. And then I'm able to take my head and place it onto that second piece without having that second piece show. So now I kind of have a base of what my snowman is going to look like. And I wanted to give his nose more of a protruding carrot nose. So I used the cap off of the caulking from Dollar Tree that I had, and I just hot glued it on top of the old nose. And then for the buttons, I just took a drill bit, the biggest drill bit that I had, and I'm just drilling a hole through his body. And you're gonna have to go through a second layer, obviously, because you have to go through that second piece there. So I took the head off to make it a little bit easier. And then it was easier to drill through the second piece if it was standing up. So I drilled through the first while it was laying down, and then I just picked it up and drilled through that second piece so that way it was a little bit easier. And I drilled 4 buttonholes through my snowman. And then for the face, I wanted to drill through the eyes, so I used the same drill bit and drilled 2 holes, but I did want it to be the same shape that the snowman already had for eyes because they kind of bump out. So I just used my X-Acto knife and I glided it around the black, using that like as an outline to take off the rest of that eye so that way it would be nice and smooth and even. I did want to go ahead and give my snowman a smile just like the Pottery Barn one had. So I changed out to a smaller drill bit and I just drilled a smile right underneath the nose. You can draw this out with a Sharpie. I tried to do that, but it still looked like crooked. So I just went ahead and kind of eyeballed it and it worked out great. And then for the terracotta texture, I am going to use some creamy colored chalk paint. You can use acrylic paint as well, but this is just what I had on hand. And I mixed some baking soda into that paint and till I got a gritty texture kind of, and then I painted it on to the snowman. I did have to do a couple coats of this just to make sure that red didn't show through and to cover everything up, especially when it lit up. So that way the light was only showing through the holes that I cut out. I think he turned out pretty awesome and pretty close to what the Pottery Barn one looked like, and definitely a lot less pricey than the Pottery Barn one. For this next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these Santa wreath making kits where you get the Santa head, the feet, and the hands, and you're supposed to like make them peek out of a wreath. But I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So I just took everything out and I'm gonna cut off the ribbon that comes with everything. And then I need my Santa head to be a little more stable. So I took a skewer and I'm just gonna insert that in the back of the hat coming down the head and the beard and just hot glue that head and the beard part. And then I am gonna be attaching all of these things to this cute little Santa bucket. It is perfect for the Santa Claus because it has the Santa belt. So I just hot glued the Santa's head onto the inside of the bucket just by hot gluing the bottom part of his beard. And then I'm hot gluing the hands around the side so it looks like he's holding the bucket. And then I'm gonna hot glue the feet at the bottom. And again, this bucket is perfect for the Santa Claus because it looks like his belly. And you can use this for gift giving. You can put all kinds of gifts inside of it. You could put some florals inside of it. They also have a snowman wreath making kit that I think would be super cute if you used a white bucket instead. So I just love how adorable this turned out, and it is perfect for the Christmas season. So for this last DIY, I've been seeing these new wax warmers at Dollar Tree this year. They are ceramic, but they have a wood look to them, and I wanted to do something a little bit different than using it just as a wax warmer. So I took some ribbon from Dollar Tree. This is just some red ribbon. You could use whatever color you'd like that goes with your theme. And I am just putting it through the holes at the top, kind of just lacing it like you would a tennis shoe. And then I am tying a bow in the middle, and you just tie it like a regular bow. There's no rhyme or reason to that. Just tie it regularly and cut the ends off. Now I'm gonna take one of these cute bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree, and I just use some wire cutters to cut off the bottom base of that tree. And then I'm gonna add some hot glue to the bottom, and I'm gonna hot glue it to the top of the wax warmer. And then to add some lights to this, I just used some battery operated fairy lights from Dollar Tree, and I wrapped it around the tree, and the battery pack fits perfectly inside that hole where you would put a candle originally. I think this turned out really pretty and elegant for Christmas to display, and something easy and simple and affordable for the holiday season to decorate with. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Let me know which DIY was your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.